The San Jose Sharks make a trade, sending Carl Grundstrom to the Philadelphia Flyers.
You're Locked On Sharks, your daily podcast on the San Jose Sharks, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hello, welcome to Locked On Sharks, the premier hockey podcast covering your favorite team in the Bay Area. My name is JD Young, caretaker at the Reef, also the co-host of Locked On NHL. I want to thank you for making Locked On Sharks your first listen. Proudly part of the Locked On Network. We cover your team every day. And the San Jose Sharks make a trade, sending Carl Grundstrom, RIP that bit, to the Philadelphia Flyers, as well as Artem Guryev, in exchange for Ryan Ellis in a 2026 sixth-round pick. So we'll talk about why the Sharks did this, what this means for Dickinson and Misa, as the Sharks continue to whittle down their rosters. So about 10-minute episode here. We're going to, kind of the whole process of why they did this. So Carl Grundstrom, RIP, him and Artem Guryev sent to the Philadelphia Flyers for Ryan Ellis. The Sharks finally getting that puck-moving right-handed defenseman, just like 5 years too late. So Ryan Ellis, if you don't know, has not played hockey since 2021. He is also medically retired, just like Logan Couture, career-ending, same thing with Carey Price, career-ending injury in 2021, but not retired because he still wants to get paid, right? And the Flyers were happy to pay for him and use his contract as an LTIR situation. For the Sharks, you're clearing one contract here, right? Between Artem Guryev and Carl Grundstrom. You're setting off two contracts and getting one back, which is what you needed to do to get Dickinson and Misa on there. So don't expect Ryan Ellis to play anytime here. He has 2 years left, including this year, on his deal. So he will be more cap floor, as the Sharks will need cap floor next season as well. So yeah, he is signed for this year and next year at $6.25 million. Again, has not played since 2021. I think he had I was reading some sort of something with his lower back, pelvic area, whatever that muscle there, I guess that connects the two. So do not expect Ryan Ellis to be suiting up for San Jose. He will do the same thing that Carey Price did, where he'll show up at some point, fail his physical, maybe not have to show up, but fail his physical and collect his money. So for the Sharks, as they look to have some cap floor, especially next year, when the Sharks are projected to have $100 million or $60 million of cap floor, this kind of helps to eat into that, so the Sharks don't have to give out overpaid dumb contracts next year. So, and with Carl Grundstrom, we knew that he was definitely an odd man out, especially with the play of some of the other guys like Ethan Cardwell, Pavel Regenda, some of these other, Colin Graf, Grundstrom was definitely the odd man out for the San Jose Sharks when it came to some of, the actual 23-man roster. Grundstrom was definitely not making the team with his play. And he was quickly put on waivers by the Flyers. So he's actually on waivers. The Sharks have the chance to do the funniest thing, which they shouldn't, because again, contracts. But he for the Flyers here, the big reason why they made this offer is now they don't have to operate an LTIR throughout the season, right? They move $6.25 million off their cap, and it gives them flexibility if they want to, add a piece or whatever the Flyers want to do this off season or during the season. It gives them some flexibility without having to operate in LTIR this year. So, you get a 6th-round pick, whatever, definitely it feels like win-win for both, because the Sharks clear a contract with, Artem Guryev, who was, ECHL guy last year, probably not getting past the AHL, to be honest. You clear a cap there, you clear the Grundstrom cap, who guy was going to make your team. And then you get some more cap space. And for the Flyers, like I said, they are able to now no longer have to worry about kind of being close to that that ceiling, and it gives them plenty of space where they can actually, the Sharks actually have more caps, or the Flyers actually have more cap space now compared to the San Jose Sharks. So the big question now is, well, what does this mean for the San Jose Sharks? And I think this opens up a pathway for both Michael Misa and Sam Dickinson to not only play their 9 games, but to be on the team full time. As again, the Sharks had to get rid of at least one contract going into the season to get Misa and Dickinson on the roster. So the Sharks are currently at 48 out of 50 contracts at the moment, but that's before Misa and Dickinson each play their 9 games. Assuming they're both going to play at least their 9 games before the Sharks have to make a decision, this clearly lays the path for both guys to be on the NHL roster, not only for their 9 games, but long term. And if a guy like Igor Chernyshov, who pushes to make the roster, we realize at some point the Sharks are going to move other players out, right? Whether it's a guy like a John Klingberg, Jeff Skinner, any of these guys who are on their 1-year contracts, if they get traded, that can open up a slot for a guy like Igor Chernyshov, who is also slide eligible right now, to play more than his 9 NHL games. We'll see. Again, that's a long time for now with the Sharks and kind of where they're at with their contracts. But, they're definitely San Jose is definitely in a much better place now, contract-wise, as they've opened this up. And they don't have to move any other contracts, anything like that. I would be interested to see if they do move a contract, though, just to potentially give them some options when it comes to waiver claims. Because right now, if the Sharks claim somebody, not saying that they are, then they're going to be back in the same position where they have to try to move another contract to bring said person on. So I wouldn't be surprised if Guryev continues to look to get some more roster flexibility by moving one of these guys, right? Whether it's one of your AHL guys or something like that, or if they want to kind of be aggressive with moving one of their NHL contracts, they could potentially do that as well. But the Sharks they can easily fit Misa and Dickinson on the roster. I expect both of them to be on the opening night roster. Even though Dickinson had struggled last night, all part of the process for an 18 and 19-year-old kids kind of working through their first NHL season. And we saw how successful the Sharks were with Will Smith last year. I think they're going to be both of these guys will be on the NHL roster and opening night rosters. So overall, you got to feel Guryev continuing to kind of wheel and deal and open up cap space or cap flexibility, as well as moving off the contract, right? And this was the big move that San Jose had to do to get Misa and Dickinson on the roster. I think it's a win-win for both the Flyers and the Sharks. Nobody fleeced anybody. Who cares? The Flyers are trying to get below the cap. Sharks are trying to move off a contract. Everybody walks away happy from this. So that's going to be it for now. We'll be back later tonight. We'll kind of go through all the waiver moves and maneuvers, see who's kind of left on the roster as guys get sent down, all that fun stuff. So make sure you're following along wherever you get podcasts. And of course, you can watch on YouTube as well. Follow the show on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and on TikTok at Locked On Sharks. Follow me on Twitter and Blue Sky at My Fry Hole. Until this evening. Bye, friends.